Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much again, and welcome back to Yellow Salesforce. Thank you for making the time and watching or listening or attending the session. So we're gonna continue our growth journey together, like by going through Yellow Salesforce Trail Mix, which we started a couple weeks ago. Again, the whole purpose is the learning, and while we are learning, why not to earn as well badges? So our goal is to keep going on our learning and growth journey, capturing more badges and learning and having fun and points and ranking up on Trailhead. So let's do it together. So over the last couple sessions, we were mainly focusing on understanding what Salesforce is about, what Trailhead is about. And we went through different modules, understanding Trailhead, understanding different ranks, different offerings, different modules, projects, super badges, credentials, and certificates, and so on. And then we tried to connect all of that with different career paths. And we covered last session the career development planning. And all right, so now we understand how can we learn Salesforce and how can we put it in terms of credentials so we can show that we are continuously learning. Now, where can we work after we understand the different career path, after we understood the different credentials? And that's why we will jump to the Salesforce ecosystem to understand that it's all about the power of the team. And Salesforce, when it started, it was mainly focusing on their company and innovation, plus having partners, plus the customers. So three of them together did the team, which will enable you to find a job in either Salesforce themselves, partner, or at the customer side. After understanding all of that, it was the time to put your own core values. So we learned more about Salesforce core values, and then we started to personalize. All right, how about if Salesforce did this and moved from a small company in 1999 up to multi-billion dollars company now? So let's personalize it on ourselves as well. Let's put our values and start having this clarity and put it those values in action by putting goals. And we learn more about V2MOM and how can we show the template and how we can put all of these values together. Finally, we covered the career marketplace where you can put your shiny profile after you did your elevator pitch, which we talked about it, and we can put here a 30 seconds video talking about yourself, making all your credentials and whatever you earned through your learning journey in one profile, which all the employers will be able to see it. And it's mainly a place to connect employers with amazing trailblazers. We took all of these because all of these already covered through our sessions, but we said, let's go for all of these quick looks as a takeaway from our sessions, as a homework. And I believe we reached to this stage, which is awesome. Thank you very much for all the efforts, like reaching to this stage. All right. This was a summary for everything we covered so far. Now let's jump to the next. Now we're gonna start our hands-on journey, understanding more about Salesforce, and we're gonna evolve together. We will be covering different modules. This is the right sequence we saw, but it's gonna be a mix between Salesforce Associate Certificate, Admin Beginner, Salesforce Admin Cert, and App Builder. So we'll be a mix and match different trails and so on, so we can get the maximum benefit and enrich our growth journey. Let's start with Trailhead Playground Management. So in order to start our hands-on experience, we need to have a playground, or we need to have a Salesforce instance org to play with. So let's start. Trailhead Playground Management. So we're gonna start with creating this Trailhead Playground. But before we do that, what is the Trailhead Playground in the first place? A Trailhead Playground is an org. It's which allows you to do hands-on challenges. It's connected with the Trailhead environment with some predefined data, with predefined settings in order to allow Trailhead to validate that when you have a hands-on experience, you already achieved what they are looking for. So Again, it's hands-on challenge and try out new features if you want to try all of these things and customize your org, much like a playground. So the only difference in the playground in here, so there in the park you can play, but in here you can create custom objects, you can create flows, you can create automation, sales process, and all of this fun stuff. All right, you can do almost anything on the playground with some limitations. And when they say limitations, something like in real life, we have one production org or one production environment, means this is where the real business happens, interacting with real customers, interacting with real contacts and accounts, and so on, creating real opportunities. But part of the development lifecycle, while we are trying and innovating and in the ideation phase and all of that, we are not doing that in the live environment or production environment. We have something called sandbox. And then we have different level of environment where we move from development to testing to regression testing and integration testing and all of these great stuff. Is that available in the playground? The answer is no. So we have one org with some limitations, which something like sandboxes are not there, something like promoting a change set and so on from org to another. All of this are not available. But like 90+% of the functionality that you can do it in the real org is existing in the playground. And this is a view. It's exactly like if you need to have this same experience, someone is walking you through a trail, through a video, this will be the video for you, and we will be doing exactly the same thing in here. What is the difference between Trailhead Playground and Developer Edition? So if you are part of the Salesforce ecosystem and you already have your developer org, and what is the developer org and how can I sign up for it? So you will just go for the developer org, sign up in here, and you will find developer edition sign, which allows you to do all of these great stuff. So you will register and you'll sign me up. Now you have a developer org. So when they are saying developer org, it's mainly to go to developer.salesforce.com and sign up for a new developer org. Is it different? Yeah, it is different. But Trailhead Playground in the first place is a developer edition org, but with extra data, with extra things that again allows Trailhead to validate and confirm that you did the right setup. All right, if you are using to try out new Salesforce features and playing around in development environment, you might already have a developer edition org. A developer edition org that we provide for free to test the new features and implementation for Salesforce without affecting production org. I believe we are now familiar with production org. So if you want to try out things without impacting your ongoing business and you want to just try it on a site, even not in one of your sandboxes, this is the way to go. Trailhead Playground is a developer edition org. But especially for Trailhead, as we mentioned, Trailhead Playground comes with Trailhead specific data and the pre-installed packages. We will be double clicking on the package, but for now, it's exactly like you are in App Store and you installed an app within your org, but we will be talking about that. So it's a package. It's a bundle of code or bundle of some features that we already installed in our org. It's mainly for the Trailhead. So let's summarize. Developer Edition is an environment where you can try and test new things outside your production org. Trailhead Playground is a developer edition org, but with installed packages with pre-installed data. If you'd rather use an existing development org, you can still do that. So in here, we will be learning how throughout this module, how we connect an org, how can we create a playground, and so on. So for now, they are saying if you have a developer edition org and you want to still connect it to Trailhead, this is absolutely possible by doing a connect org, and we will do that. All right, create your first Trailhead playground. So if I didn't do anything, do I need to create a playground? The answer is no. Once you registered for Trailhead, they already creating for you a Trailhead Playground as a Kickstart. And then if you need to create more, you will have the option to create more. So, and this is exactly what they are saying in here. In every hands-on challenge, so they created for you, and in every hands-on challenge, the project set verification, you will see name in here. So you will be launching. So at the very end, you will be seeing launch this playground and verify where they will go to this specific playground and validate that you did what they are asking for. And if you did it, yes, you will pass this and you will earn those points. Trailhead by default, start with from the most recent created playground. You can always select an org and change this. Let's see it in action. So last one in here, it has this one, and this is the playground. So at the very end, after we finish, and we're gonna reach that together, you will find in here that you have install an app within the playground. But in order to do that, you need to launch a playground. So, and in here, so if I did launch is gonna kick off, start the playground for me. But they were saying there are even different options. I can connect an org if I have my developer edition. I can create a new playground, and I can manage my orgs. Manage my orgs is going to open this, which will show you which orgs are connected to your account. And again, you have the option to create a playground, connect another org, rename it, disconnect it, launch it, and you can't disconnect it because it's the only one in here. All right. So this is, again, the experience we are talking about. What if I don't have this third module, which I know that I can launch this playground? Another option is from here, from your profile up there. There is hands-on org, and they're gonna open for you the same manage orgs. Okay, so let's get back. So this is where we will be launching our playground. Now we have the option to create playground, give your playground a name, and create it. Make sure if you're using Trailhead language other than English, make sure the playground is set to the same language, the hands-on challenge, because to avoid any future problems. And then you just launch. So it's gonna open the playground as we just saw it in here. But let's create a playground. Give the name. Yalla. Salesforce. And it's play grammar. And I'm gonna say create. Gonna take its time. And once, as we just mentioned, that's gonna be the default where you can launch your playground. Kind of org. So there are special orgs that will be needed in certain topics for certain products or for a super badge that you will be developing, and we need predefined, pre-installed packages. This option as well is available exactly the same way when we wanted to connect to the developer org. So if you are working on CPQ, which is configured price quote, and this is a special package you need to be installed. So if you went to this trail, and the very first step, it will ask you sign up for a free developer edition for CPQ. And when you start doing this for CPQ, you're just gonna fill the form. And once you fill the form, it and say sign up, it will take some time, and you will be receiving back an email like that saying you already registered, and this is your org, and this is your username, and you will need the password as well. So this is my username, and I need to verify the account first. So I'll click verify account in order to get into it, and then I will set a password. Okay. Yalla. Salesforce. All right. And now I will say that now I have the username and I just did set the password. Now the time to connect it. This is what we were learning. So let's go again to in here, hands-on course. And now we can see that Yalla Salesforce PG started to be available because I just created accordingly. If what we learned is right, now when I go in here, it's gonna show me as a default that when I launch, I will launch Yalla Salesforce PG. But we were doing the other special one, and we want to test that option, which is connect a special org to my account. So all what I need to do then now, I don't want to create a new playground, but I want to connect this new CPQ1 into my account. So I now need to connect an org. So when I connect an org, it's gonna give me this screen to log into this org. So this is the username, was in the email, and now it asked me to put a password, and this is the password I just put. Once I do that, now I am doing the login for this specific org, which has CPQ in it. And now this is an oath telling me what will be the access, what Trailhead will allow to access in this specific org. I will say allow. Once I allowed, now I am in the org and I'm connected. Now it's called the developer edition, but I know that this is CPQ. So how can I differentiate this developer org in the future that it's not another developer edition? I can rename it. I can say this is a CPQ developer org. Now, when I go back to in here and just refresh this guy, and now whatever is more recent, now it's showing up. So I have the option to launch CPQ. I have the option to launch Yalla Salesforce Playground, and I have the option to launch the original one that created with my account. All right, so now I believe we learned a lot of things. So let's get back to the trail and see. So we covered that, and this is the first one. We created a new playground. We gave it a name. If we have a specific one, we learned how to connect to the org. It's gonna open for you the username and password, which we just received, and we set the password, and we can connect. All right, let's go for the quiz. We got the first unit. All right, so let's go to the next. Now, I don't know the username and password for just the org I just created, which is the playground. How can I do that? And why even I need the username and password? There are certain scenarios that it will require you to have username and password. Something like if you need to connect through mobile device, through Salesforce app into your org, you need the username and password. For techie people who want to connect through Visual Studio and start writing code and get the metadata for the org and start do some development, they need to connect through an application called Visual Studio through Salesforce CLI, command line interface, which will enable you to go to the org and pull and push metadata. If you are not dev, don't worry about this part. It's might be covered in later stages, but for now, if you need to connect your org to Salesforce CLI using a command line to do some magic through the CLI, the only way to do that and authorize the org is to use your username and password. All right, how can we get this username and password? So if I went to the hands-on org again, and I went for Yalla Salesforce PG, and I said, let's launch. Let me close all of these extra tabs. Quick confusion. All right, they made it easy for us. They created an app, and we'll be discussing in more details what app is, but they created an app with 3 simple tabs. The first one is the welcome. The second one to install a package, and we'll be talking more about the package in the next unit. But we are in here, we want to get the username and password. So where is the username and password? your username is highlighted here, up there. And if I need to know the password, in the special org, I received an email which allowed me to do that. How can I do this in here? I'll just hit reset password. It will say, if you want to change it, I will receive. You can't play with the old password. I understand that. I will hit OK. Reset email will come. So again, it's the same process. Now I received this, but now for my username for the playground, and I'm receiving a link to reset my password. And now ready for a new password. The answer is yes, and exactly the same interface, allowing me to enter a new password. Now it's matching. Now I have the username and I have a password. So if I came back in here, this is my username and this is my password. All right. So that's awesome. Now I have the username and password for my own. How about for some reason, I don't have access to this tab, or I got confused, I went to sales and I'm not sure how to get back to this playground starter because we are starting still our journey. We might be confused. So we might went to another app and I don't know how can I revert back to the previous. How can I do that? There are multi options. You can go to the setup and we will be learning more about the setup, but the setup is if you want to configure any sales in Salesforce, this will be your starting point. So go to setup. This is the first way to go to the users, and you will just writing in here, this is search. You will go for users, and part of the users, I will find my user in here, exactly the same username. And I will say, not edit, I'll click the user, and within the user, I will say change password. And when I hit change password, it will ask me what is the current password and what is the new password. Other way of going to the same exact interface is from here. So this is my user, and I can go to the settings for my user. So this is my user. If I went to advanced user details, it's gonna show for me the same UI that I went through, setup, users, and so on. Last way, and we were gonna be discussing this in later modules, but this is an amazing a Chrome extension which called Salesforce Inspector. And when I go to the users tab, you will find my username. And if I want to see the details for that user, I can easily click details in here and again. So those are 3 different ways on the top of the tab for the user to get into the user UI. All right, so let's get back in here. Now we have the username and password. Let's see if we missed anything. So again, the same thing. Most probably you will not need anything related to the username and password, but in certain scenarios like CLI or phone, you will need it. In the playground starter, you have a tab. Reading, if you don't see the playground starter, okay, skip it. But in the playground, we have playground starter, and we saw it in here when I went in here, playground starter app. This is called the app launcher. We're gonna cover it in exactly next module. So app launcher, search for playground starter. From playground starter, now in here, and we were talking about this one. All right, we saw the user. We did the reset for the password. We changed the password. And other way, if you don't want to have this one because you are in a developer edition org, not the playground org, we saw from the setup users and reset the password and change the password. We talked about connecting, disconnecting, renaming. We already done that all together. We connected an org for CPQ. We created a new playground right now, which is the Yalla Salesforce. We were able to rename the developer edition org to CPQ org. We can disconnect the org now. So it wasn't available because we had only one, but the active one. But now I have extra 2. I can say I don't need this anymore. So it's enough for me. Yalla Salesforce Playground CPQ. I don't need the default one, but I will not do anything. And if you notice, for every org or organization, we have connected to our account where there is an org ID, which is uniquely identify this specific org. All right. So we covered all of that. Now it's time for quiz. Okay, we got this unit. Let's go for the next one. Now it's the time for installing apps. We kept saying apps, 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 apps. What are the apps? Apps, we cover part of the Salesforce ecosystem that we have part of the ecosystem partners or independent software vendors, which we name them ISV. They develop apps to accelerate your success. So you can just go and install this app, and once you have it, you have all of that magic. You will find the new tabs and new objects, new functionalities by just installing it. Some of them are free, some of them are paid, and let's see how can we install it. What's an app? You are probably comfortable with the idea of App Store on the phone. Whether you are downloading an app on your phone, tablet, computer, you have to download and install app to make the most of your technology. Salesforce is the same way. So exactly the same way for the App Store. It has a community partner that use a flexible Salesforce platform to build amazing apps that accelerate you. How can I go there? Use this link. You will jump into AppExchange and you can explore different apps and you can filter. It's a very flexible interface. You have a search in here, explore apps if you are looking for sales accelerator, if you are looking for forecasting specific. So those are things that will enable you plug and play. If you are looking for adoption dashboard, so you will find some of those apps are developed by Salesforce or Salesforce Labs, and those are free ones. So when you go in there, you can install it to your org. All right, so we got a sneak peek through the link. How can I also access? So if I went in here and said view all for that from App Launcher, you will find visit AppExchange. So this is a convenient way as well to jump to the AppExchange from your org if you don't have this link handy. All right, what's the package? Package is a set of pre-created configuration and development. At various points in your Trailhead learning journey, you may need to install a package in order to complete a challenge or work through the steps in that batch. Package allow you to load sample data, custom objects, and feeds. As we said, once you install the package, it's gonna do everything for you. Package ID usually starts with 04T. So whenever you see this 04T, you know that this is a package you can install. First thing, launch your Trailhead Playground, going to enhance on challenge and click launch. So you launch in your org exactly like this one. And once you are in here, there is a tab to say an install package. You put the install package ID in here and they install. This is in the Playground starter. But if you are not in a Playground starter and you already in AppExchange and you decided that you want to install this adoption dashboard, and you can as well say get it now, and they're gonna connect to your org to install. This is another way. All right, so let's keep going with this. You will put and install for admins, and we're gonna do this in the hands-on experience down there. Your Playground doesn't have the Playground starter app. All right, what if we don't have it? So again, go to the AppExchange and you either get now, or if you have the link, you're gonna install it through the link. So just saying in here, because you might have multiple connected app org and you wanna play it safe, so you will go in here and start in the Magneto window, and then go for the copy the package installation link, and they're gonna go for there, and then it will ask you to log in to your org, and once you log in into your org, you will be installing that if you have the link. You will install it for admin only or for everybody. Admin only will not be available for everybody. So you have those two options, which in this specific screen, we will be learning more about the profiles, but for now, admin only or all users. And it's gonna show you the components for this specific page. Once we just started the hands-on, I'll show you that. When your package of app finished installing, you will receive an email and you'll be able to see it. If you don't have the link for the package and you went for the AppExchange, you can connect. In order to install anything from AppExchange, you need to connect your Trailblazer account with your org, so you'll be able to install. So to install something from Salesforce AppExchange in your Trailhead Playground, you need your Playground username and password, so you can connect them together. All right, so now we have our username and password for Yalla Salesforce Playground. What do we need? Open AppExchange in a new tab. And then we will click the avatar. So let's do that. Let me close as much as I can from those ones. All right, so now this is the organ, since I'm not sure for this one as well. So let's close the whole thing. And I will go for here. I want to launch Yalla Salesforce Playground. And this is what I have right now. So let's take it in another tab. And let's say this is gonna be on the right. And so move it to the right of the screen, and I will have this on the left of the screen. Open AppExchange in a new window. So how can I do open AppExchange? View all, as we said, let's visit AppExchange. Now I'm in AppExchange. Click the avatar, you open Trailblazer account menu, and then click settings. Right in here, click settings. And then I will need to connect, as we said, we need to connect the AppExchange with the org, with the Trailhead account. So we need to connect all of these things together, connect an account. So when I do connect an account, go to the Salesforce style. And when I go for the Salesforce style, it's gonna ask me for what is my username. And we already learned that from here. So if we went back in here, this is if you missed your username. So it's in here, always handy. So login, I don't want to install it in the CPQ one, but I got my username. And now I will put my password and I'll click login. Save it. I want to access. Yes, allow. Now I connected my Salesforce org with my AppExchange. Now it's visible. So when I go now to AppExchange, say install, it's gonna go to that connected org. All right. Now, if I want to see what's installed, I can simply say to my org, let me go back to the org and launch it. So I will be launching Yalla Salesforce. And in the setup, you will find, if I want to see what I installed, I can go to the installed packages to see what's in there. So installed packages. In the setup, you will see that we have Salesforce connected app. And as we said, for the playground, we usually have a special package already installed, which is the Trailhead Playground. So those are the installed packages. All right, we finished. Let's do the first hands-on challenge. Go to your playground and take this package ID 04T and put the package ID in here, and I will say install, but the install here is working. I am in the org. When I go there, it's giving me the install for admins only, install for all the users, additional details, view components. Now it's gonna show me everything in this package. What are the pages, code, fields, resources, and so on. So now we understand what's in there. We have mix of Aura components, Apex, custom fields, static resources, and so on. I will say install for admin only. It's gonna take its time, and once it's installed, it's gonna send me an email. And plus, if I went to the install packages and refresh my screen, I will be able to see this installed package. Now I received the email. So let's see this email. Package dashboard installed. And if I went to installed packages in here, refresh this screen, I should have the third one, which is the dashboard pack. Fantastic. So once I launch from here, I install the package in here, and it's time to get the 500 points. So I'll check the challenge. It will automatically go to your Salesforce page, and they will validate if they found the app, because we saw it already in the install package. It's gonna grant for me those 500 points. So let's see. Woohoo! We did our first hands-on with the 500 points. Congratulations, everyone. All right. So now let's see where are we from our journey. We have 13 badge, and we are getting closer. Only 500 to get into the Explorer rank. Congratulations. All right, so let's keep on. The next one, which we will not be able to finish it, but let's start. Next module will be the Salesforce CRM. So let's have a refresher for the demo we already did, cover the first module, and wrap it up. This is 700 points, so it's a lot of points. What is Salesforce? So let's have a refresher. Salesforce is your customer success platform, designed to help you sell, service, market, and analyze. As we said, Salesforce is our products, and we have the Salesforce platform, which will allow you to customize things, but multiple products. So you will hear the word of cloud. So we have Sales Cloud, which enable you to accelerate the selling process. Service, after the selling, we need to do some service. We need to create cases. We need to have a 360 view for the customer related to this specific case, knowledge articles, and all of these great stuff. And then we have Marketing Cloud to have more engagement with the client, send an emails, engage with the customer, personalized journeys, and so on. And analyze, you have reports and dashboards and TCRM, or the CRMA, CRM analytics. You can connect with your customers using different ways. So Salesforce is huge. Salesforce has everything you need to run your business from anywhere, using the standard products and features. So we can use the standard functionality which comes with the Salesforce as a product, but we name it Salesforce a platform, which allow you as well to customize your journey and tailor it to your needs. You can manage your relationships with prospects, with customer, collaborate with employees and partners to store your data safe and secure in Salesforce Trust infrastructure. But standard product and feature only just in the beginning. Our platform allow you to customize and personalize. What is CRM? CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. Allow you to manage a relationship with your customer and prospect. Track data related to all your interaction. It also helps teams collaborate. So mainly the main focus, customer relationship management. So it make this relationship seamless. You have everything in one place. You have all the activities. Plus, it allows you to collaborate not only externally with your customer, it allows you to collaborate internally. Have this conversation through chatter, through tasks, through different options within the platform that make your life easier. Also, you have different channels that you can communicate. You can have an email, you can have a phone, you can have social interactions, WhatsApp, and other channels. All right, how the data and all the information, as we said, is stored in securely in the cloud. How the data is stored in Salesforce. And now we will make it simpler by just thinking about the Excel sheet. If you have a sheet, you have different tabs, which if this tab is focusing on the accounts, this tab is focusing on the opportunities. And then within this one, you will find multiple columns. And for each column, you will have one row that will have the data. How we name this in Salesforce, this is called the object, this is called field, and this is called the record. All right, so the record is this guy. This is a record. All of that is a record, and this is called the record page. Those tabs on the top, those are objects. So tabs are tabs, records are records. All right, record, an item you are tracking in your database. If your data like a spreadsheet, then a record is a row. Field, a place where you store a value like name, address, and so on. Object is a table in the database, but it's like a tab in an Excel sheet. Org, we keep saying org, which is Playground org, Developer Edition org. So it's like a Salesforce instance. So you will find a different name, org, organization, Salesforce instance. All of this is the Salesforce for you. App is a set of objects, permission, functionalities, which we were exposed to the Playground app, and we will be saying we have sales app. So it's a set of permissions, tabs, and so on that allow you to navigate within Salesforce system. Now it's the time to differentiate between two different things. Anything come with the platform called standard. Anything that you do it yourself called custom. So Salesforce standard and custom object. Salesforce come automatically with accounts, contacts, leads, opportunities. But if I need to create something new called project, yalla Salesforce objects. Now it's time for custom options. So we covered the last time in the demo that the journey started from having a lead, and then the lead go to a lead scoring. So you qualify your leads, put your energy and time with the highest probability leads that it will bring you business and to be converted into an opportunity. So let's open any leads. This is the lead. Now we have a potential from that lead, so we decided to convert it. When we converted the lead, we covered last time, it will create an account, which is this lead will be a contact, a person working for that account. So it's the company will be translated into the account, and the lead name will be the contact. And we have the option to create a new opportunity as well. Or we can say, no, we don't need opportunity, but we will take the full package, account, contact, opportunity. And let's do it. All right, now it says I created this account and I related this contact to that account, and we related this opportunity. What is the account? Again, as simple as a company. A contact is a person working within this company. Opportunity is a part of the selling process, which I'm saying there's a potential business with this specific contact and this specific account. All right, so we created a convert. So let's get back to the trail. Now, saying the same thing, the lead, you have a business deal and you have the lead, and the lead conversion gonna end up having contact and account and opportunity. All of this is standard. But how about if I need to create custom thing? So I have a sales manager and I don't want to hit the database with new things, and I want to allow this sales manager to fill a form which will be a project in Salesforce database. So you will be creating a new object called project. If project is a standard thing coming with Salesforce, the answer is no. This is your personal business need that you need to create. Accordingly, you will be able to create custom objects. Let's take a sneak peek, even if it's not covered in here. But we agreed that anything that we need more configuration for anything happening, setup will be our friend, and we will have the setup quick look after. So we will have in here a tab made it easier, object manager. You will find all of these. You will find the The name is called standard object, and this is the account object. So if we click the account, this is standard. All of that is standard. But if I went back to this one, I can create a custom object and I'll put the name. So I'll name it product and so on. But this is not for now. Let's finalize the quiz and wrap it up. Perfect. We covered this unit. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you very much again for your time. Have a wonderful day.